died. Investigators identified Denham as the suspect and issued a warrant for his arrest. Yesterday, Denham was arrested in Lehigh Acres, Florida. Denham is currently being held in the Lee County Jail in Fort Myers. He is waiting extradition back to Winnebago County.
A Rockford man learns how long he'll spend behind bars after he's convicted of robbing a pair of local banks. 29-year-old Demontrian Phillips was sentenced to 10 years in prison. A jury convicted him back in November. The robberies happened in April and May of 2021. Phillips targeted Midland banks in Rockford and Belvedere. He got away with just over $10,000. At the time of the robberies, Phillips was already on court-supervised release. That release came after he robbed 2 Rockford banks in 2017.
A Rockford man's arrested after officers say they found child porn on his phone. 29-year-old Sean Whippler is charged with 2 counts of child pornography. According to arrest documents, police raided his Linden Road apartment Thursday morning. Officers say Whippler's cell phone had several pictures of children younger than 13 engaged in explicit sexual acts. According to investigators, Whippler admitted to possessing the images. He was booked into the Winnebago County Jail. Several people have to find a place to stay after an apartment fire this afternoon. Rockford firefighters were called to the fourplex on 5th Avenue, just south of Charles Street, around noon. Crews saw heavy smoke and fire coming from the back of the building. Firefighters were able to keep the fire contained to 1 apartment. 6 adults and 2 children who were inside were able to get out safely. Firefighters did rescue several pets.
Our units went door to door in the units to make sure everybody was clear and out of it. And through our process of kind of going through the apartments, we discovered 6 cats and 1 snake that were removed from the building and given back to the owners there.
The Red Cross is helping the family. Damage is estimated at $40,000. The building has been condemned.
Rockford Mayor Tom McNamara names his pick to fill the empty seat on City Council. McNamara selected Isidro Barrios as the interim 11th Ward alderman. Barrios has a background as a construction union laborer and foreman. He also worked as an instructor at the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters. City Council will consider Barrios' appointment Monday. Aldermen have 30 days to vote. Barrios would replace Tuffy Quinones. Quinones died last month after having a stroke. He served on the council since 2017.
Rideshare companies like Uber and Lyft could soon face tougher safety requirements in Illinois. A bill in the Capitol would get rid of an exemption for those companies, protecting them from liability if you get hurt while using one. It focuses on common carriers. Transportation modes like buses, trains, and airplanes fall under this category. That means if someone was riding in one of them and was hurt, not only would the person operating the bus or train be liable if they were sued, so would the company. But rideshare companies are not held to that same standard. Opponents of the bill argue that these companies shouldn't face the same level of safety standards because their drivers are independent contractors. One group supporting the proposal says they want to keep their workers safe on the job.
Our interest is simply protecting when railroad crews are being transported via TMPs, that some of the same safety requirements that are required under contract carriers, the same would go for TMPs.
Uber and Lyft don't own their vehicles. They don't maintain the vehicles, and they don't hire the drivers as employees.
Both Uber and Lyft are opposed to the bill. Uber argues that if the bill became law, it would hurt their ability to offer services in the state. Lyft says safety issues are extremely rare. This year, many people will be spending a lot of green on this St. Patrick's Day.
Nikel Delgado checked out how some are celebrating. Nikel?
That's right, Eric and Mimi. Today is March 17th, a day to embrace the Irish culture in food, music, and the signature color, emerald green.
So basically, we're here for an annual event for our family that's been a tradition for probably 50-some years now, and it started with my grandmother, who is 100% Irish.
Don Crawford tells me this is the 5th year holding his family's annual St. Patrick's Day meal at Murphy's Pub and Grill. Don says it's all to honor their ancestors. Don and many others who are celebrating are expected to drop nearly $7 billion total this year. That's $1 billion more than last year, and an all-time high according to the National Retail Federation. But Don says spending money on family is worth every penny.
It's
price doesn't even matter then.
It does not at this point in time, yeah. So I get an opportunity to see some, some cousins and relatives that I don't really get to see a whole lot through the whole entire year. So this is kind of important.
Rockford native Cassidy Campbell tells me she loves the Irish culture. Her celebration includes everything from decorations to corned beef and cabbage and entertainment.
It's not every day you get to see bagpipes and tap dancers and all Irish jigs, so I think that's going to be really cool.
Even with the prices of eggs and other necessities higher than in years past, Murphy's staff knew it was going to be a big day and worth the investment.
Last year, St. Patrick's Day landed on a Thursday, so knowing that it was on a Friday this year, we already got extra prepared and ordered more. And then on top of that, with the prices of everything going up, so we definitely spent more this year, but all in good fun.
Don is just happy to keep a family tradition alive.
This is kind of awesome. It's really great to see this, see so many people celebrating the same thing that we are probably. So.
That almost $7 billion breakdown is to each person spending between $43 and $84 on an average for St. Patrick's Day. Eric?
Thanks, Nikel. Fred Van Vliet Family Foundation donates $36,000. That money will help local young people get exposure to college. Wabongo Leadership Council and the Van Vliet Family Foundation hosted a news conference at the Jenkins Resource Center. All that money will go towards Wabongo's annual college tour. This year, students will visit Alabama A&M University, Stillman College, Talladega College, and Tuskegee University. The goal of the tour is to expose students to a diverse group of higher education institutions and provide cultural and historical enrichment opportunities.
And so we are very intentional about grouping them into small groups. So that way when we're on the tour, so we do large group activities, but we also break them into small groups. And that's when they're with their small group coaches that are focused on their career goals.
This will be the 6th time Wabongo will host the college tour. It begins next week. Costs each student $575 to attend.
Lawmakers are concerned about human trafficking across the border between the U.S. and Canada.
Coming up, Washington hopes a new caucus can come up with solutions to the problem.
Our high temperature last night was reached very early on, at least for the afternoon today. A lot colder for the next couple of nights in store, but I'll let you know how quickly 50 degrees return and if we see any spring-like weather coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Lever, and meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Lawmakers say they're concerned about an increase in human and drug trafficking across the border between the U.S. and Canada. That's why a group of Republicans created the Northern Border Security Caucus to combat the problem.
Washington correspondent Basil John explains why they think it's necessary.
Pennsylvania Republican Congressman Mike Kelly says it's time to expand the discussion about border security.
There's a lot more to the borders of the United States than just the southwestern border. We also have a northern border.
That's why Kelly and other House Republicans created the Northern Border Caucus.
We have big borders, but we've always kind of trusted that there's going to be oversight. The thing we're finding out now is there is really not as much oversight as we need.
Kelly says all the current detention on the southern border is opening a door for human and drug trafficking up north.
I do know in those New England states, the amount of drugs coming in through that area is having an incredible effect on the lives of people.
The U.S.-Canadian border stretches across more than 5,000 miles and is more than double the size of the border with Mexico.
But the size and scope of that border is so big, it's mostly unwatched.
California Democrat Lou Correa likes the idea of a Northern Border Caucus, but thinks its goal should be finding better ways to work with our northern neighbor.
We've got to make sure we have a good working relationship with Canada. We want to make sure that Canada knows that their problems are our problems, and our problems are the Canadian problems.
Kelly agrees, but says right now his group is focused on getting more support from other members of Congress. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Oh, we had a nice sunny afternoon, but it was kind of cold out there.
When we come back, Jordan shows us it's going to get even colder tomorrow, but there is a warm-up on the horizon. His forecast is next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
The temperatures today have been quite a bit cooler than where we were just 24 hours ago. Many spots around 15 degrees cooler for the afternoon highs today than where we were yesterday when we still saw temperatures that were in the mid-40s. Cold front came in overnight last night, and that's brought all of this colder air into the area. Still seeing some of those stronger winds out of the west right now, anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour, even close to 30 miles per hour for those sustained winds, not factoring in wind gusts, and those are up close to 30, 35, even close to 40 miles per hour. That all is leading to temperatures and wind chills that are a lot colder, with wind chills feeling like the teens at the moment across the board. 17 degrees is what it feels like in Rockford. Even though the temperature is 30 degrees, it feels like 25 degrees out in Galena. Those temperatures and wind chills will continue to fall during the overnight tonight. We did get some clearing for the afternoon. It did not help us feel any warmer, but we do see some of that stronger wind out there. Our SkyTrack camera in Freeport is brought to us by Rockford Career College. The temperature is continuing to fall underneath at least somewhat clear skies for the moment. Cloud cover does work its way back in as we get later into the overnight hours, as this upper level low system that brought us that cold front continues to spin overhead. That could bring us a couple chances for flurries overnight tonight and into the day tomorrow with some of that colder air. Even though we are fairly dry, there is a little bit of moisture just a little bit lower in the lower atmosphere that could bring us some of those flurries. Temperatures down into the low teens overnight tonight. 13 degrees for that overnight low. We haven't had a low quite that low or quite that cold in a little bit, and wind chills will be back down into the single digits and even below zero possible at times. Winds will be out of the west-northwest, gusting close to 30 miles per hour and even close to 35 in some spots. That remains the case for the afternoon tomorrow, as temperatures struggle to get into the mid and even upper 30s, upper 20s. 26 degrees for that afternoon high tomorrow. We get a little bit more cloud cover for the afternoon than what we had during the day today, with those flurry chances still hanging on for much of the afternoon going into the evening. Wind chills will be a little bit more of a factor throughout the rest of the evening into the overnight hours tonight, with wind chills dropping down near that 0 degree mark overnight and below zero for parts of us as we get later on into the overnight hours. I don't think we're quite going to get as cold as this model suggests, but many spots could see those wind chills down below zero, at least for a brief time. During the afternoon tomorrow, our temperatures work their way back up into the 20s. Wind chills stick around in the teens before we once again have another colder night in store, with wind chills back down near zero before we eventually start warming up as we get into Sunday. We are going to remain fairly gusty with those winds for most of the weekend ahead, with wind gusts possible around 30 to 35 miles per hour through Saturday night before we eventually start to see some of those calmer winds as we get into Sunday. Futurecast does keep us fairly dry in the short term, but a couple flurries overnight tonight and into the very early part of the day tomorrow, as we are stuck with the cloud cover for most of the afternoon. Our temperatures ahead do look to be a little bit on the colder side, with a couple of nights with lows down in the teens, highs in the 20s for the day tomorrow with flurries. A little bit more sunshine on Sunday and temperatures back into the 40s, and we return to the upper 40s, even into the 50s not too much longer as we start to feel like spring as we get into Monday. A little bit more rain chances, though, as we get into the middle of the week.
Those 50s are still the bright spot on that 7-day. Thanks, Jordan.
Reagan's in next with sports.
The Northwestern Wildcats prepare for second-round tournament action. She'll show us how they got there. Coming up.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
Another one of our local NFL guys is on the move, but he's staying in the NFC North. Boylan graduate Dean Lowry is signing with the Vikings. The two agreed to terms for the defensive lineman on a 2-year, $8.5 million deal. Lowry started in 80 games over 7 seasons in Green Bay and has 15 career sacks. He will become the second Rockford local on the Vikings, joining offensive tackle Vidarian Lowe. The Northwestern men's basketball team remains the only Illinois team left in the tournament after Illinois' loss to Arkansas yesterday. They played Boise State in the first round. First half action here, Wildcats up 5. Boy Bowie showing off his handles, dancing around his defender, sinks the floater. Now into the second half, Max Rice pulls up and knocks down the 3 for the Broncos, all tied at 40. Later on, Bowie with another floater, but this time add the foul in too. Bowie had a game-high 22 points. Then it's Ty Berry. He drives to the rim and scores off the glass. Northwestern wins 75-67. They stay undefeated in first round wins. Now it's on to the second.
When you get to where it really matters, your best players have to be there for you. And Chase said it's not really have to be scoring, but they got to be there for you. You know, they got to lead the way. They got to have the command. They got to do the things that got us here. You know, they're a big reason why we were here.
I felt great. And my teammates, I credit them for finding me and telling me to, you know, keep shooting and to take my open ones.
I'm very confident whether I have a bad game or a good one. So I'm just trying to do what I can for my team, you know, defensively, offensively, and just, you know, continue to survive and advance.
The Wildcats will face UCLA in the second round tomorrow night. Jordan King and the Marquette women had their sights set on a win today in the first round of the women's tournament against South Florida. Let's jump to the second quarter, and of course it's King on the break. She moves inside, pulls up, and knocks down the mid-range jumper. Marquette still with the lead. King again this time from outside the arc, and the three is good. Marquette was in control of this one for most of the game until the fourth quarter. Then comes this free from Elena Shinecki. South Florida starts to pull away. Marquette will take it to OT at the line. And now with 7 seconds left in overtime, the last chance three, so close, but no good. Marquette falls just short, 67-65. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Clear skies at the moment, but chances for flurries overnight tonight and into the day tomorrow on the First Warn Interactive Radar from Rockford Auto Glass and more. Temperatures into the 20s for the highs tomorrow, but back into the 40s and then eventually 50s for most of next week.
That sounds much better. Thanks, Jordan.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.